Hi guys, and welcome to Older Tanks Review. I'm Buddy 1927, and today we are reviewing the IS-4 Tier 10 heavy tank in the Russian line. So I've enjoyed playing this tank so far. I don't do clan wars, but when I first few thousand games, when I was playing World of Tanks, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Do I want to do heavy tank, heavy TD, light, medium, SPG, and I've had a couple friends who played this game, and they're actually pretty good. They're all purple, so they're NA server. They're all purple on the NA server. So NA forum. This is the information I got from Uticon people. Uh, they suggest that the first tank that I get, first heavy tier 10 tank that I get would be the IS-4 because it is a pretty good all-around good heavy tank. It's used a lot in clan wars, which I don't play, but I just want I asked them what they suggested, and that's what they suggested. So this tank is actually a pretty good tank. I've enjoyed playing it so far. Um, it does come with a crew of 4. You got the commander, you got your gunner, you got your driver, and you got your loader. Now your commander also is it's also your radio operator. So you got you get your commander skills, and you can also use your radio operator skills also on these. So now I probably don't have the right perks on here for everybody, but I can always change them when I need to change them. So I don't recommend any perks. Y'all can figure out what you want to play. Get the perks that fit your play style. The ones I have right now fit mine. But let's take a look on how to get to this tank. So let's take a look at the tech tree. Of course, you start off with the MS1. Then you go to the T26, to the T46, to the T28, to the KV1. And you continue on down to the T50, the KV3, which is actually a pretty good tier 7 tank, but I got rid of it. I don't know why. I should get it back. The KV4, which is one of my primary tier 8 tanks, the ST1, and you end up here at the IS4. So this is how it initially comes with a tier 8 gun, and then you have to grind towards the tier 10 gun. Both are 122 caliber guns. If you take a look, you do a little bit more damage with the tier 10 gun than you do the tier 8. Even though you're losing 0.45 in rate of fire overall, you don't notice the difference. Of course, everything else is tier 10, the turret, the radio, the engine, and the tracks. So let's go back to the tank. Now in these reviews, all I do is go over the basic stats. I'm not teaching you all anything. I'm just reviewing the tank. So let's take a look at the stats on this thing. I'll blow them up for you. And as you can see, the IS-4 has a hit pool of 250 hit points, 750 on the horsepower, 43 kilometers per hour on the speed, which is actually pretty good for a tier 10 tank. Traverse speed not the best at 26 degrees per second. Hull front is 140, 160 on the side, and 100. The turret is 250, 200, and 170. We'll go over the gun a little bit later. The turret traverse speed is 22 degrees per second. View range on this thing is 400 base, and with the crew I currently have on it, 417. The signal range base is 720 meters and 785 with the crew I currently have. So that's the basic stats of this tank. Let's talk about the armor on this thing. Okay, here's the front of it. Remember, you only have 140 millimeters of armor on the front side. Um, but with the angle, with it being sloped and angled, it actually gives you a little bit more armor than 140. And if you angle it right, you can get a lot of ricochet shots. This tank is also good for side scraping. The weak spots on this thing is you got this front section right here. That's one of the weak spots on it. And if you can hit it, good. The other couple more weak spots are these two ports. If they get hit, you can get damage. This port right here, if you can hit it, you can damage this tank from the front. And if you can get that port right there, where the commander's hatch is, you can get that port also. This does have good side armor at 160. It's good for angling, especially with this. I've had a lot of ricochets off of this, and no damage, and didn't even get tracked. But there's times where I do get tracked, but get no damage. So that's good. That's another good thing. Now the turret. Remember, we got this flat spot right here. But overall, you can see that the tank is actually angled and rounded pretty good. And it also has a very low profile compared to some of the other heavy tanks in Tier 10. So that's one of the advantages is the low profile of the turret itself. So let's talk about the Tier 10 gun in this thing. It does come with Tier 8, but you want to get to that Tier 10 as quickly as possible. Once I got to the Tier 10 gun, I saw a big difference in my play. Now the gun is the gun 122 millimeter M62T2. It's a 122 caliber gun. Rate of fire is 5 rounds per minute. My current reload on this gun is 9.91 seconds. Now, if you have a better crew, the reload would be a lot quicker. It'd be less than 9.91. When I first got it, it was about 10.5. So I've actually brought it down with my crew as my crew goes up. Average damage on this gun, average penetration on this gun is 258, 340, and 68. Average damage on this gun is 400, 400, and 530. Accuracy on this gun is actually pretty good at 0.38 at 100 meters. Aiming time on this thing, not the best, at 2.9 seconds. So that's one of the disadvantages of the gun. The IS-4, ST1, and the STI, and the IS-8, sorry guys, are the gun that is compatible on those tanks. Now, this gun does carry armor piercing, which is AP, heat, which is high explosive anti-tank rounds, and also high explosive round or HE rounds. So it carries 3 different guns. Instead of the APCR, it carries the heat round, so that will help you out a little bit. And let's see. Okay. Now, the equipment I carry on this thing, before we get to the pros and cons, I carry the gun rammer to speed up my load time by 10%. I carry the vertical stabilizer Mark II, which gives me an improved accuracy of 20% when I'm moving or if the turret is moving. And I carry vents, which gives me a +5 to my crews in their skills. Now, you can put whatever equipment that you would like to put on it. Now, in the forums, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, you don't need that equipment. You need this equipment." Well, I'm going to put this out there for you all, especially on the NA forum server that like to criticize everything. I want to dare y'all. If you think my equipment is wrong, that's fine. Make your comment on my YouTube channel right underneath this video so the whole world can see your comments. No cussing, because it will be automatically taken out. But if you can make if you think different equipment applies, then just make the comment on my YouTube channel for the whole world to see. Be brave enough to do it. Now, I am an average player in this game. If you can suggest better equipment, then do it. This will help the other people who play this tank, who play not just this tank, but play this game, and see and they can read your comments around the whole world. I'm seen in 88 countries. That forum is only seen in the NA server area. So put your comments down below on my YouTube page so the whole world can see, so you can help benefit the whole world on how to play this tank, what equipment to use. Okay, I'm done. Okay, let's take a look at what World of Tank Wiki suggests, and the pros and cons that World of Tank say, that World of Tank Wiki says. Great tank for side scraping and angling because of the thick side armor on it and the shoulder plates of the armor. High HP pool. Now the cons on this thing is the thinner frontal armor than most tier 10 tanks, but it's also, you gotta remember, it's also angled, so it's a little bit thicker than what it actually says it is. Turret roof is easily overmatched with flat areas next to the mantlet are the weak points. Also those view range, the viewers that I pointed out earlier. The lower glacier is very weak at range, but stronger than the UFP, whatever that is, against the tanks in close combat. Gun is slightly below average in alpha at 440 and a very low fire rate. Slow and sluggish. It doesn't have the speed of some of the heavier tanks in tier 10, but it does have not the worst tier 10 tank in speed. Now the suggested equipment that they suggest is fence, gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, or the spall liner. Now the only thing is, if you put the spall liner on a tank, it will slow you down because it weighs more and the engine has to do. Okay. One of the things here, the gun does have a 6 degree of gun depression on it, so that's actually pretty good. So now this is the basic view. This is a basic review of the tank. It goes over the highlights. I'm not suggesting any equipment for it on anybody or what rounds to put in it or anything like this. This is just a review of the tank. So I show you what I have put, what equipment that I've used, but overall it's up to you and your playstyle what you want to put on there. And again, if you have any comments on what equipment to use, just leave it down on my YouTube page. That way you can share with the world, and you know, everybody has opinions. That doesn't mean that my opinion's right and yours is wrong, or yours is right and mine's wrong. It's just an opinion. So I do have this tank in action, so let's take a look at it, and I'll see you all on the other side. Hi guys, and welcome to World of Tanks Replays. I'm Buddy1927, and today I'm in my IS-4 Tier 10 Russian heavy tank. I'm actually platooning with Crusher Tank and Stealthy Promethean, and we are on Pearl River Tier 10 Standard Battle. And the game is starting.
Let's get this show on the road.
I'm actually waiting for everybody to figure out where everybody's going. I'm going to follow Stealthy. And Crush is coming along with us. I'm going to speed things up until we get into some action here. And we're going right up the 6th line here in Pearl River. Stealthy found an AMX 1390, and his gun is not reloaded. It's still reloading. So my gun is loaded. I'm going to see if I can get around that corner. Get into a spot where I can do some damage. Hit the IS-7 and damaged him. He hit me and did no damage to me. You got a T-30, IS-7 on one side, and we got AMX on the other side there. See if I can get his cupola. It is cupola. There's Crush. He's gone out. Stealthy takes out the IS-7. And I'm going to try to get a different angle here. So I'm actually going to see if I can fit myself in that little hole. Hit the T-30. All three of us are working together to try to get these tanks out. AMX has taken off and ran. Okay, Stealthy's going to go around the rock. This is not the fastest moving tank in the world. Stealthy takes out the T-30. Already does some splash. AMX-30 is running. Oops. Again. Stealthy's a little faster than me, so we're going to go do this narrow pass. There's the AMX-30. Shot and missed him. Stealthy hits him. Tracks him. Still waiting for my reload. And I took him out. GW hits us. The M48 Patton did no damage to me. I'm just waiting for the tracks to repair. And if you take a look at my ammunition, I am not carrying any gold on this tank, so anybody saying I'm spamming gold, you're full of crap. Shot and missed the 48. I'm going with Stealthy. Crush is going around. The other way, we're going to kind of circle around. There's the 30. Hit him in his belly. Stealthy takes him out. Is it Stealthy? Or was it Crush? No, that was Crush that took him out. And now we're trying to figure out which way to go. Yeah, we're going to head towards the cap. Crush is going to lead the way in his IS-4. Object is behind us. I bounced. Stealthy's coming back to help me. I hit the object. I'm about dead. Now he's surrounded. And Crush takes him out. Scores 13-9. And we're doing pretty good right now as a team. Okay. Basically what's left is the 2 arties. And we got our 3 arties. So we're going to go to the cap and see if we can get the GW and the objects 261. See if we can knock them out. So we got a total of 6 tanks left, 3 arties, and 3 heavies. Opportune is the last one alive for the heavy, mediums, and light tanks. Southeast going ahead in the T-57 Heavy because he is a lot quicker than us, and I have some track damage, and I've already used my repair kit. We got the Object 261 also spotting for us, and we have the BC coming up with us. So now it's just a matter of spotting the other 2 arties and see if we can get there to destroy them. Okay, all we got left is the Object 261, and there he is. He's been spotted, and he is out. And that is game, guys. That wasn't a bad battle. As you can see, that definitely was a victory. I shot a total 10 times with 8 direct hits for an 80% hit ratio. I did 3,034 in damage and 102 in assists. I damaged 5 tanks, so that's not bad. Let's see how the team did overall. Oops, wrong one. There we go. As you can see, Stealthy and I were in the top 3 in damage. Stealthy did 2,764. Crush Your Tank did 1,033 and 2 kills. Stealthy had 3 kills, and I had 1. So that's not bad. Let's take a look at the overall score. Overall score. Overall score. Sorry about that, guys. Let's start. Take a look at the lower right-hand corner. According to XPM, my WN rating for that battle was 2,651, 92%. So that's not bad. That's purple. Purple good? I don't know. You all tell me, since you're telling me everything else. I shot a total 10 times with 8 direct hits and 7 penetrations for a total of 3,034. I received a total of 9 hits, 5 penetration, 4 non-penetration, 2 splash damage. Armor blocked 1,661. So that's pretty good. I got credit for spotting 2 vehicles. I damaged 5 and killed 1. Got assist of 102. I even made credits on a tier 10 battle. 6,414, not bad overall. And total experience earned was 2,202 and 8 free points. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good battle for a tier 10 IS4. Did over 3,000 damage. I know there's probably a lot more people that can do this a lot better. That's fine. I don't really care. So, if you like this video, please like us on YouTube. If you have any comments about this video, please leave it on my YouTube channel under this video. Be brave enough to do it on YouTube instead of in the forums where you can hide. And if you haven't done yet, subscribe to my channel. That way you know when the latest videos I do come out. I'd like to thank you again. Be safe on the battlefield and save some tanks for me. Y'all have a good day.